the other day. I'm slightly coming up.
You
in the
are.
intros.
Everyone's favorite little brother.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Yeah,
And you're the only person in sports that has a Heisman vote and an MVP vote.
Oh, wow. Say it
See,
again.
that's why he gets the introduction.
That's exactly why he gets the good introduction.
I'm figuring out the tone here.
And the only guy that we haven't been able to introduce for the last couple of shows is actually back in Studio 34, hanging out in LA. That's right, Uncle P, Paul Pierce.
The truth
is joining us.
The truth.
How y'all doing? It's all
You see how they
Focus on us?
Yeah, why the energy level so down?
You gonna get
all
Celtics
business.
focus on us?
This is serious time. It's all business.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Paul.
Okay.
Paul got his boys on text.
He ain't playing today.
Going back and forth with Danny, hitting up Brad. We see you, Paul. Got it.
Okay,
Love it.
Keep that same energy. We're going to get to your Celtics, but first we want to talk about the West because we do know that the Western Conference Finals are set. And we didn't think this was going to happen, but it did. It's 9-1 in the conference finals entering the series, and the lone loss coming in 2009 against the Magic. How about LeBron James will make his 11th appearance in this round? As for the Nuggets, they are back in the conference finals for the first time since 2009 when Carmelo Anthony was leading the team. They lost in 6 games to Kobe Bryant and the Lakers that time. Meanwhile, in LA, we know that we were going to probably see LeBron James and AD in this matchup. You didn't think that the Nuggets were coming. So my biggest question is, what can we expect from the Nuggets and Lakers series?
Wow. First off, can we clown the Clippers?
Yeah, do you want to?
Okay. I picked them to win the championship. I picked them to win the West. But at least I picked them to play against LeBron and the Lakers. Like, I'll give the Nuggets their flowers later over the next couple of weeks. But to be winning double figures in multiple games, be up 3-1, have Kawhi Leonard, Paul George not show up, Lou Will, Montrez not show up, Doc Rivers third time, up 3-1 and his squad lose. I didn't see that coming. I looked down at my phone, Marie, I was like, what is way off P?
Yeah.
That was a playoff P. Oh. I was like, yo, this is really happening. And they got waxed.
They did.
They ain't lose Jay by a game-winning shot. They got waxed. So y'all can give the Nuggets their love, but I had to make sure that I talked about the Clippers because
I'm glad you said that because you were so quick to pick them. You guys are both so quick to pick them.
I mean, well, you look at the versatility that they had, and you would think that their leadership in Kawhi and P, but after watching multiple series with them, like, they have no leadership. They have no leadership. Think about all the best players on the teams that are in the bubble right now. Like, LeBron James' energy translates towards his team. Jimmy Butler's energy translates towards his team. For Kawhi Leonard, he's emotionless. That energy doesn't translate to the team. It doesn't impact their team. He can score a lot of buckets, but nobody was actually leading this team.
Well, Paul, Uncle P, who do you think is the most to blame then? We're gonna break down a blame pie in a second, but first, Uncle P, I want you to dive into it for us.
And it always falls on your stars. I mean, you got to be able to take the responsibility. When you're the guy, when you win, you get all the praise and all the flowers. When you lose, it's got to be put on guys like Kawhi and Paul George. And so these guys didn't step up in a moment when they really, really needed it. I mean, come on. 3-1, 2 16-point leads, even one 19-point lead. Let's not forget, it was a 19-point game. This falls on your stars. And so they have to be held accountable. Yeah, they're going to say, this is our first year together. But when I look around, this is the Lakers' first year together. This is the Celtics with Kemba Walker's first year together. This is the first year with Jimmy Butler and the Heat first time together. The only team that can say they've been together for a few years is the Denver Nuggets. So there's no more excuses. So, you know, this is a failed season for the Clippers. Expectations is championship when you bring a guy like Kawhi Leonard on board and Paul George.
Oh, and I didn't mention one of the best owners, one of the richest people in the world, Bomber, writing a blank check to get whatever you need. Jerry West in the front office pushing all of the right buttons. And then all of a sudden you go against a Nuggets team with no championship experience and they bounce you and blow you out? You don't even get a chance to get the LA versus LA series. We was there before the pandemic hit. And all of us was like, it's going to be LA, LA. It's going to be LA, LA.
Wrong.
Jamal Murray shot them boys down.
I was going to say, we can pass blame all we want, but how much do we have to give it to Jamal Murray and the Joker for what they were able to do in Game 7?
Well, we're going to see it in this play that I'm going to show, but Jokic is 11. This team is 11-3 when he drops a triple-double. And his vision is like a quarterback in the pocket, literally looking off the safety. as you see the play develop, I mean, it's really incredible to watch in real time. So you're going to see the screen. As he gets off the screen, you're going to see 1, 2, he draws attention. You're going to see him slip right here, and when he slips, the defense has to make a decision. What are you doing? You coming to help? You coming to help. He's going to stay home here. So you see him, he slips, he catches the ball. Now, as he catches the ball, look at this. Look how he looks off the defender. You're having him, he comes over, he helps. Look at the vision. The vision is pointing towards here. He is reading what this defender is doing. He's making him go in that direction. But as he looks him here, he's going to pass the ball to Gary Harris. And by the way, look at this, J. Rose. Look at your big man, vertical, under control, poised, looking off the safety, boom, kicks out to Gary Harris, drops a 3. Him catching the ball in the middle of the floor after they run that PNR action can give teams fits, and it forces you to scatter. And when you scatter, he has the ability to make plays under control. They knock down 3s.
It's crazy because the Joker had 2 15-rebound triple-doubles in Game 7s. Like, that's what he's been able to do. You said you needed a therapist for how much you love the Joker. You still picked the Clippers even though you needed a therapist. But he was been doing the same thing all series.
Because I wanted to give the Clippers and Kawhi Leonard his love. He had just won Finals MVP, shot everybody down. As a member of the Raptors, when he went to the Clippers, I gave him the crown. He don't have it no more. And the Joker knocked it off of his head. And you're right, I do need therapy, counseling, a shrink, or something. Jay, I shouldn't love a player this much. See, the rest of the world sees an unorthodox stretch mark 5. I see beauty.
Not a stretch mark 5.
Brains. I see great hands, great feet, Paul. I love the Joker so much.
Listen, as good as he is on offense, let me tell you something. It's going to be a nightmare for him in the pick and roll with LeBron and AD. Because when LeBron's coming off, and if they're going to switch or show whatever they're going to do with Joker, because you got to understand, that's one of his biggest weaknesses in what I saw over the last couple rounds, is teams are putting him in pick and roll pretty much 90% of the time. And so he was daydreaming against Utah in the first year, in the first series when Donovan Mitchell was getting off. But this is going to be a nightmare with LeBron and AD.
Well, the good news is we got plenty of time to break down that Western Conference Finals Game 1. But we're talking about footwork. We're talking about stretch mark 5s. How about one that won the WNBA MVP award happens today? A'ja Wilson, congratulations of the Las Vegas Aces. Look at the emotion that she had after it was officially announced. Okay, she was first on 43 of 47 MVP ballots, averaged 20 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 block shots.
I feel like the Nuggets can use her in this series.
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. Y'all really could. A'ja will not